because I'm going to show you how cooked we are in 2026 when it comes to the dating market. Just a couple days ago, my buddy and I are at a cafe here in the beautiful Philippines. And, it's sunny out. It's a beautiful day. We got, just the vibes are just right. We're drinking matchas, talking about the goodness of God and life, and we're just living. All of a sudden, a couple pulls up. Filipina and an Israeli guy, right? Filipina and an Israeli guy. And, dang, maybe I shouldn't say that. Because I might be able to know who it is. But I don't know where in the Philippines I'm at, so. Nonetheless, a Filipina and an Israeli guy. They sit down next to us. Remember, me and my buddy were facing each other. And then they sit down right next to us at a same table format, right? It's a very similar format. So I'm facing her, and my buddy's facing him. You see what I'm saying? I can see her, and my buddy can see her man, right? So we're sitting there, me and my buddy chopping it up, we're minding our business, laughing, talking, like I said. And all of a sudden, his woman looks over at me and points to my bicep. She points to my bicep. And she looks back at him, to her man, looks across the table and says, look at his bicep. Ooh, look how big his biceps are. And I'm thinking to myself, me and my buddy bro, what? What did this woman just say? Who's out with her man right now? What did she just say? And we're like, what? Did she just compliment a stranger, when she's on a date with her own man? And I'm a real one, so I look over at the guy. Remember, so he starts laughing. So the guy just starts laughing, kind of laughs it off. He's probably a little embarrassed, a little ashamed. And the guy's slim. He's not really cut like that. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, probably for watching this, all love, but it is what it is. So he's sitting there and starts giggling. So I'm like, I kind of just laugh with him because I'm about to confront this woman. If it was up to me, tell the woman to go home. Date's over. Date is over. Get a taxi. I'm going home. We're done right here. To have the audacity to compliment this guy in front of me, especially his arms. Oh my gosh, it's nuts. And I wasn't even wearing a tank top, guys. I was just wearing a basic shirt. All right, so it wasn't like it's just prevalent in her face. But even if it was prevalent, how the audacity these women have. Nonetheless, he's laughing, so I just kind of laugh. I'm like, but don't come after my guy. I'm making light of it, right? Don't come after my guy like that. Look at him. He has a little something going on. He's doing his thing, all right? But in my head, I'm thinking, bro, I cannot believe this. If she has the audacity to say something like this in this man's face, the amount of disrespect, what is she doing behind closed doors when he's not around? If she feels that comfortable to talk out the side of her throat recklessly like that, what is she doing when he is not there? And this is a sad question that we gotta start asking ourselves these days, fellas. These women are whores. Men are rarely doing stuff like this because men they don't have as many options. So when a man gets one, he's just like, thank God I got one. He's just hoping that she's good, right? Whereas women, they just be doing stuff these days because they have the freaking phone, and it makes you think, where do these men who actually who are not trying to be hoes, just think about it. If I was trying to be a hoe, I could easily take her. Right? If I was trying to be a hoe, I could easily take her. She's already given me crazy signs. This is just dumb, right? She not only put him in danger, she put herself in danger. If I think about this, if I was some Looney Tune crazy guy, I could really do the relationship damage. I could come between that. I could hurt him. I could hurt her if I had this ego problem. You see what I'm saying? All the damage that's possible from her saying such a stupid remark. She could have kept that to herself. Why is she telling this man this? In front of him. Is she doing that to help him? No. Is she doing that to encourage him? No. Is she doing that to bless his heart? No. These women are way more devious than this, guys. She did it to belittle this man. And he should have had the balls to say, I'm done with this. Sorry, sweetheart, you got to go home. I'm going home. Like, I'd much rather be solo than to deal with these wicked, cheating, non-loyal women. And these men have to respect themselves enough, but the problem is we don't respect ourselves enough. A lot of these men don't respect themselves enough, so they just deal with it, right? Because they're horny and they just want some company. They're lonely, right? And women know this. Come on, these women know this, which is why she had the balls to say something like this in his face. She knows that this guy's a simp guy, likely, right? And she knows that he's not gonna leave her. He knows that. Well, she knows that he's gonna be there, which he just laughed it off. So it just validated her point. This man is a simp. She's thinking to herself. And if she's not thinking it verbatim like that, she's believing it in her emotions. If she really was attracted to this man and really wanted him, if she really respected him, she wouldn't talk like that. But instead, she's giving the compliments to strangers. Compliments to strangers. Like, come on, women. Get it right. Because what's going to happen if you don't get this thing right, if you don't figure it out now when you're hot and young in your 20s, you're going to be 40 and 50 and 60 and 70 and 80, and you're going to be sad in your one-bedroom apartment, miserable, wishing you would have just locked in and stopped being a hoe early on. Do you understand? But instead, now, since you were a hoe in your young years, now when you're 30 and 40 and 50, now you want to settle down and I just want to do it right. I just want a husband. Well, no crap, Sherlock. You want to do it right now because you have no other options. Your youth has left you. Your beauty, your tits are saggy now. Your butt's probably more saggy. You're less valuable and less attractive on the dating market. When you have these hot 18, 19, 20-year-olds in the market, you're way less valuable now in your 30s and 40s. So figure it out now. I'm telling you, because I love you, sister. I love you. You see what I'm saying? I love you. It ain't hate here, guys. God has changed my heart. I have no hate for these women or men. These are just people enslaved by Lucifer. You understand, right? Like I used to be a hoe too. I got whole stories too. But thank God we're no longer there. And I'm not about to expose all that on the camera right now. You know what I'm saying? But it's about maturing and locking in. Understand how this stuff works. And for men, it's like, I feel bad. It's like you want to do it right? You don't want to be a hoe. You don't want to just go out and play with these women. You don't want to do it. But it's like, it seems like the way these women are these days, even inside the churches, you see this. The way these women are a lot of times, even inside the churches, you see it. When a man's like serious and trying to actually play the game right and get one woman, these women don't respect it a lot of times. They don't respect it. They want to play. They want to have fun. They don't want to be held down, right? They look at a man who is wanting to have a family and wanting to be loyal and celibate into a marriage. They look at that guy as some simp guy, like a guy who's gonna hold her down and not let her be free, and he's insecure and he's this and then the third. Whereas some other guy in the streets who just don't care about her, right? Who's just a hoe just like she is. Oh, she loves that guy. Why? Because he's a player. He's not trying to lock her down. He's not trying to be serious with her. These women don't want serious guys. They want to have fun. Oh, girls just want to have fun. Why is it a song? Why is it a song? Because it's true for most of them. And there's outliers, guys. I'm not saying God can send you a wife, and he who finds a wife finds a good thing. The scripture is very clear about that. It is rare, right? The Bible makes it clear. Who can find an excellent wife? Who can find an excellent wife? Who? It's rare, guys. It's rare. Like, it's to the point where a lot of these men, including myself, I'm prepared to die single. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay. Like, there's no pity on me. At the end of the day, this is the life that God's called me to live, and I'm very thankful. I get to preach on truth. I get to speak the truth. And if a woman distracts me from that, I don't want her. And just that simple, right? And so, yeah, I've just learned in this life, especially just being a man in this earth, like the chances of doing it or finding a quality wife and doing it right, it's rare, but it is possible, and God is faithful, and I believe that it can happen for a lot of these guys, and good on those guys who did not switch up to be a hoe, as the temptation does suggest, because it's easier, just be a hoe, right? It's easier, but that is not the call of Christ. Christ tells us that the way is narrow that leads to life, right? It's narrow and hard. That leads to life and righteousness, and the way is broad and easy that leads to hell, and many men and women will go through it, right? So it's hard to live a life of righteousness, especially in today's times. It's hard to live a life of truth and celibacy and doing it right, because everyone wants to be a hoe these days. Everyone just wants quick sex and fun. No one wants to actually to settle down, one wife, one husband, get married, have children, do it till death do its part. It's a rarity, baby. It's a rarity. It's just I'm prepared, and like a lot of men are, or a lot of men are becoming prepared to just die single. And it's okay. Like I said, it's okay. We're in the end. It's unfortunate, right? Because we want to, produce and see what our seed can do in life. We want to put our seed in a woman so that way we can bear our children and see our seed reproduce and have grandchildren and family and greatness. But we're in 2026. You see, it's possible. So keep your heads up, guys. Be encouraged. But this is the truth, and I think every man needs to hear the truth, right? Because the truth will set you free. We should not live blind eyes, right? I think Christians mix it up. They think hope and faithfulness and these sorts of things means that you can't see what's reality, right? I think faith, you should still have faith in what Yahweh says, because God, nothing's impossible with God, right? He is the one who can break all the systems and change the game up and do all this stuff, right? So we should always have faith in Yahweh. But we should also understand the system that we live in on the earth. We have to not ignore truth. You understand? Let's not ignore what our eyes show us. Let's not ignore what's really happening in reality, right? I think you can do both. You can have reality and also have faith in Yahweh and what he says in truth. But to ignore one or the other is silly. I'm not going to deny what my eyes are seeing in the world. I know that these things are happening. I know that a lot of women are hoes, and I know that men desire to be with one wife. It's just rare to find one that actually will submit, like the women earlier in the story I was telling you. These women are reckless out here, dude. And it just pushes guys to be reckless too, because if you, like I said, if he's serious, these women don't want you. If you're serious, these women are, they're turned off immediately because they don't want to be locked down, So be encouraged. God is faithful. See you on the next one.